Hello everyone, welcome to another Unit Forward moving picture. I'm Alex from unitforward.com, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Campaign Book Icarus, the latest campaign book to come out for Dust Warfare. Well, the latest one as of March-April 2013. So as usual, I'm going to take a flick through the book just to show you, what's inside. And let's go inside. See Campaign Book Icarus, the logo from Operation Icarus. If you've bought the Dust Tactics expansion, you'll recognise that. Usual list of credits in the book, and what's really nice is that the community is also involved with this book as well. Take a look up here, you'll see, if I can get it without glare, content development, Alex Davey, who is a developer for Dust Warfare, with Michael Gurnes, and select scenarios by Levi Hill. Levi Hill is also known as Old Hat, who you might know from dustwar.com. So it's pretty cool that the community is getting involved with with making these campaign books, and are involved. Players are involved with things like scenarios. And down here you see all the testers as well for the game. A lot of these people are actually on the Facebook group. So yeah, that's really cool. So there you can see table of contents, the introduction, and then chapter 1, additional rules, aircraft, new special abilities, new special weapon abilities, allied platoon upgrades, axis platoon upgrades, SSU platoon upgrades, airfield fortifications. And then chapter 2, reinforcements, which are the new units introduced in this book for the allies, the axis, and the SSU. And then chapter 3, Icarus battles, the new Icarus battle builder, and some scenarios, and then an appendix at the back. So yeah, the book's about 60 odd pages. And it's actually well worth getting, as you shall see. So front here you've got a bit of fluff to introduce the book, and then we go into the introduction. Trying to keep this level on camera. There you see a nice shot of the Pelican introduction. What this book is all about, what campaign books are all about as well. And here we see an introduction, Allied Dispatch, Verograd, 1947. And that's just basically a bit of fluff about, what's happening, why is Operation Icarus taking place. It's basically all revolving around Verograd still, and in particular an specific airfield in Verograd that the Allies and the Axis both want to control. The SSU want to, fend off the Axis and Allies, obviously. So that's a bit of fluff from there. Turmoil in Washington, preserving the alliance. The Allies are actually in danger of breaking apart, and then none other than Churchill comes to the rescue, and good old Winston saves the alliance. And then here you can see the new walkers from the book, the new Allied walkers, which are pretty good actually. And then Operation Icarus on the next page, and a really nice picture there of an Axis airfield in the snow. Which is actually inspiration. I'm taking inspiration from for my Axis airfield table. So, Rise of the Superhumans. Again, there's another one in this book. More aircraft imagery. And then Max's Tale, which is just a bit of fluff, a little story to further set the scene for what's going on in this campaign book. And then we have some more photos, photo panzer prints there, and additional rules. And then there are new additional rules introduced in this book. So let's have a look first at these rules. Aircraft. And in here we've got aircraft. It tells you what aircraft miniatures are. Kind of the official definition. What is an aircraft miniature? What is the base? What's the base on the aircraft? Blah blah blah. Aircraft altitude. I really must do something about the glare in these videos. Anyway, aircraft activation. How do you actually activate an aircraft? You declare altitude, resolve compulsory move action, declare actions, resolve actions. And it's all listed in the book. Aircraft movement. How do aircraft move? They don't move quite the same as other units, so that's good to know. Compulsory move action. What the heck is one of those? And also aircraft combat, the good part. How do you shoot with an aircraft? And also, how do you get line of sight at high altitude and low altitude? It does differ, so you have to be aware of that. Also, an aircraft's firing arc is unique to aircraft, and weapon ranges, you always measure it from the base, regardless of the aircraft's altitude. So you've got the aircraft damage table. What happens if you damage an aircraft? You know, what could happen to it? Attacking an aircraft, carry capacity, down there. New special abilities: air cavalry, air superiority, Blutkreuz Übertoten. There's a new kind of zombie introduced in this book. Cheat death, which is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Engineer vehicle, entrench, flight, movement. Well, sorry, flight for movement. Or I should say movement for flight. Headshot, panzer race. You also have pilot rules in here. You have radio command, Schwerpunkt, superhuman, and tank riders. If I hold the book like this, kind of slightly away, then it'll work better. Okay, so new weapon special abilities: artillery barrage and bombs, the bombs. And here you can see a little illustration of how bombs work. See, the aircraft has to fly over the unit, and then it gets an arc coming out of the back, and that's how you resolve. You know, you have a 12-inch range behind the aircraft, and that's how you resolve whether or not bombs hit or not. It's really good because it, you know, it emulates really well the you know, a bomber flying over a unit and then dropping bombs and seeing what happens. You know, do the bombs land? Do they, you know, do they hit? So you've got the rules for bombs. Expert repair down there. Incendiary weapons. Magazine reload. Tesla weapon for the SSU. And then we have the allied platoon upgrades. So we have medic, doctor. I am fully charged. We have Mr. Fix-It Felix. We have close air support, air supremacy, and defenses. For the Axis, we have Schwer Armor. We have potato mashers, Panzer Pioneer, and the Schwarm, which actually has its own stat line at the bottom. It's an upgrade with its own stat line. So, you know, that's quite cool. And we also have second generation serum up here. Basically better zombies. Then we have SSU platoon upgrades. So we have City Fighters, Red Banner, which is actually a pretty good upgrade. I like that one. Vertushka Field Telephones, Zveznesdy Scopes, and Ride of the Valkyries, because you can't have helicopters in the game, it seems, without that tune playing. And then you have airfield fortifications, barrage balloons, shaft launcher, radar tower, tarmac, which actually has a terrain piece that you can photocopy out the back of the book or download from the FFG website. And flak emplacement. And flak emplacement also has its own stat line. And I should also mention Ride of the Valkyries has its own stat line too, in that. So let's carry on. More aircraft, and that is that's the new SSU, the so-called tractor. It's a weapons platform, but people have nicknamed it the tractor. Chapter 2, reinforcements. This is where you find out about all the new stuff that's happening in the book, all the new units. First we have the Allies, just goes over what weapons they have. And here we have the Choppers, USMC Heavy Machine Gun Team, the Leathernecks, USMC Heavy Mortar Team, and then we have the P-48 Pelican in both Diving Dotty and Bellowing Bertie versions, as you can see down there. The Allied aircraft, which I actually will be getting one of and unboxing on video, because this aircraft is a beast. This summer, the air will be, riddled with bullets. The Allied aircraft are seriously good. And then we have the Heavy Command Support Walker in the Mobile HQ, Long Tom 2, and Sky Sweeper variants. As you can see, some artwork for them. Their stats are down there. And these aren't too bad either. And then we have Staff Sergeant Percy Washington, aka Sergeant Victory. This guy is, well, let's put it this way, he can punch a plane out of the sky. So yeah, he's pretty good. His stats aren't too bad. He can hit soldiers, vehicles, and aircraft. He has a sucker punch and headbutt close combat weapon, in big air quotes, that's actually more powerful than his pistols. So yeah, that kind of tells you what, kind of what he's all about. And he has an insane amount of special abilities as well. Superhuman, air cavalry, cheat death pilot, he's damage resilient, He has flight, he has headshot, and he has pilot, vehicle, and aircraft. He is 45 points. He's the same points as an aircraft, and he's good. And here we see him as a model on the stand, blah, blah. And then we have the Axis weapons. Nice picture of one of the new Ubertoten there. And the Axis get the Brain Eaters, Ubertoten Assault Squad, the Heilig Tod, which means the Sacred Dead, or the Holy Dead, the Ubertoten Suicide Squad. Basically, their guys just run up to people, run up to like vehicles, and just throw mines at them. And then we have the Fledermaus 3 and Fledermaus 4, or the Horten HO347. And you have the stat lines for them and the two variants, the 3 and the 4, the gun version and the bomb version, basically. And then we have Panzer Prinz, who is a little bit of a controversial hero because his stats are not great. As you can see, his vehicle lines and aircraft lines are completely blank. But he does have leader, pilot, vehicle, not aircraft, Panzer Ace pilot, and Schwerpunkt pilot. So the idea with this guy is that you put him into a vehicle and then he becomes really good. You know, that vehicle instantly becomes 50% better. So yeah, he does cost 24 AP, and he can lead a Sturmgrenadier platoon as well. So yeah, he is quite good when he's in a vehicle. When he's outside of a vehicle, he's a bit So that's a decision you have to make when building your army. More photos of a battle scene. And then we have the SSU. We have SSU weapons. We have the Hailstorm SSU Heavy Mortar team, the Red Lightning SSU Tesla gun team, and then the BR-47 self-propelled weapons platform in Red Fury, Red Rain configurations. And this has been affectionately nicknamed the Tractors, because they look like weapons tractors, I suppose. So that's those guys. And then we have new walkers for the SSU as well. The KV-47 Recovery and Demolition Walker in Maxim, Marlin, and Melor configurations. Oh, and Mikhail as well. So those are the stats for them. Some photos of them as well. And then we have Chapter 3, Icarus Battles. We have the new battle builder for Icarus down there, which features some pretty good objectives and deployment conditions and all that. See, you've got all the stuff from the battle build explained for you, more artwork. And then we have scenarios. We have Convoy, Take the Tarmac, The Secret, Rat's Nest, and Last Stand. And Last Stand actually has another weapon line for airstrike. So that looks like, yeah, it could be fun to play. And then we have more story here, just to further set the scene. This time from the Russian perspective. And then the weapon lines at the back for Allied Forces weapons, Axis Forces weapons, SSU Forces weapons. And you have some, well, essentially 2D terrain. Got a radar tower here. You've got some markers here, shaft launcher and objective / VK stash objective markers. Over here. You have a big piece of tarmac that you can print out or download from the FFG website, print out. You have a barrage balloon, a flak emplacement, and some more markers down here as well. And then you have the usual advert at the back. Gear up, get by terrain from Dust Studio. So there you have it. That's Campaign Book Icarus. It's a really good campaign book. Well worth getting, I think. Not just for the stats and so you can play the new units, but also just because of the scenarios and for the battle builder, and it's just overall a really great campaign book. Well worth getting. And it's also out now in PDF form as well. So if you want to get it as a PDF, then you can do that as well. So that was Campaign Book Icarus. As usual, if you like to subscribe to this channel to know when the next video will come out, because videos don't come out on a frequent set basis on this channel. They kind of come out as and when they're needed. So if you want to subscribe and so you know when the next one's out, then please feel free to do so. Please like or dislike this video depending on your opinion of it. Yeah, please leave a comment as well if you have any thoughts on the video. So yeah, until the next time, see ya.